Today we are making a delicious Greek gyro. It's packed with flavor, tender and super easy to make. We will also be making a homemade tzatziki sauce to pair with it. I really enjoyed making this dish and I'm sure you will too. So let's get started. First, dice half of a white onion into cubes and add them to a food processor. Next, peel 3 garlic cloves and add them to the food processor as well. For the meat, I'll use 1 pound of beef and 1 pound of lamb. That's 20% fat and 20% lean. You can use just beef, but lamb adds a really flavorful touch. Next, I'll add about 6 fresh mint leaves for a refreshing flavor. Then add a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. I prefer panko crumb for their texture and their seasoning, but regular breadcrumbs are also great. And to add flavor, I'll use a variety of spices. I'll add 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, half teaspoon of dried rosemary, 2 teaspoons of coriander, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of cumin, half teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of ground black pepper. These spices will make the gyro incredibly flavorful, believe me. But if you don't have all of them, oregano, rosemary, and cumin are the most important spices in the Greek gyro. Now blend all of the ingredients together. You can pulse the onion and the garlic first before adding the meat to make the blending process easier, but you can also do them all together. You will just need to scrape down the sides of the food processor until the mixture is smooth and homogeneous, just like this. Now bring a large baking dish and line it with a parchment paper. Brush the parchment paper with olive oil and flip it over so that it sticks to the baking dish. This will help the meat stay in place. Now add the meat mixture to the baking dish and spread it evenly with your hands. Then bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. While the meat is baking, let's make tzatziki sauce. This simple and versatile sauce is a classic pairing to Greek food. To make it, cut an English cucumber in half and grate 1/2. Then squeeze out the excess liquid with using a strainer or a clean kitchen towel. In a bowl, combine 2 cups of Greek yogurt, the grated cucumber, a juice of 1 fresh lemon, and grate 3 garlic cloves. Now dice about a tablespoon of fresh dill and add it to the bowl. Also dice fresh mint about a tablespoon and add it to the bowl. Finally, add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and season with half teaspoon of salt and half teaspoon of ground black pepper. Mix everything together until well combined, and you will now have a delicious and creamy tzatziki sauce. I'll also prepare some fresh vegetables to go with the gyro. I will dice some red onions and tomatoes. For the lettuce, I wanted a thin cut, so I will stack the leaves and thinly slice them. Now the meat is done and has a beautiful brown exterior. It already smells incredible and I can't wait to taste it. But we need to let it rest and cool down for a bit before slicing. Once it's cooled, transfer it to a cutting board and remove the parchment paper. And to get those iconic gyro slices, cut the meat block in half lengthwise, then slice the meat into thin strips like this. And just look how juicy and tender the meat is. It's already delicious, but we are going to take it a step further. We will heat a tablespoon of olive oil in a pan over medium-high heat. Then we will add the meat strips and sear them on each side for about 2 minutes per side, or until they are browned. This step will give the meat an extra layer of flavor and texture. Finally, it's time to assemble the gyro. We will use warm Greek pita bread. and spread it with the creamy tzatziki sauce. Next, add all of your toppings and the seared meat. I'm also adding some feta cheese for extra flavor and some fresh mint leaves. This meat gyro is truly amazing. I can't describe how flavorful and moist the meat is. I really enjoyed making this recipe and I'm so happy with how delicious it turned out. I hope you try it and love it as much as I do. And if you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.